This is for class 10 and biology, class 10 biology. Last time I taught you about the respiration. In the chapter life process, I have taught you about the respiration, and in that chapter I have taught you about the what is respiration, different type of respiration, and the pathway of the respiration I have taught you. Now in the same topic we are going to learn about the respiratory system in the human. How respiration takes place in the human being. Now if you see the respiration in the human beings, there is a system. I am writing your system. So what is system actually? System is the combination of the different organs. You know that the different organs they combine and they form what? System. This is a system. Like we have so many systems in our body, like digestive system, there is a nervous system is there. Like the same way we have a respiratory system, and this respiratory system is especially for the breathing purposes. How breathing take place, that also we will learn in this topic. So let us see here the system. First of all, we will see here what are the different organs. What are the different organs of the respiratory system? So if you see the different organs, then first organ is your nostril. That is, we can say here nose. Nostril is there. Then after nostril, there is a larynx. Larynx, which is also known as the voice box. It is also called as a voice box. Then comes here trachea. Then comes here bronchi. Then after that bronchioles, and then alveoli. Now these are the different alveoli which are all is present in the lungs. You can say lungs. So these are the, I am writing this all these different organs in the sequence, in the proper sequence. The first organs which are involved in the respiration in the human being is your nostril. Then it comes your larynx, is also known as a voice box. Then is the trachea, the bronchi, bronchioles, and then the alveoli. And this alveoli, this is present in the lungs. So these all are the organs, and without all this organ, the respiration is not possible in the human beings. That is why each and every organs they involve, they coordinate together, and after coordination only the system is formed. That is why it is known as a respiratory system. So these all are the organs. Now we are going to learn about the how these organs they work, what are the functions of this organ, and how the respiration take place in the human beings. So I will draw your diagrams. After that I will explain you how the respiration take place in the human body. So simple diagram I will draw here. This is, suppose this part is your nostril. Then at this side you will see here larynx. Then this portion, these are known as your trachea, which is also known as a windpipe. Then only there is the separation. The branching take place here, and then only you will see here this the lungs. So lungs is the main organs, like this. Suppose this is a two lungs. Now nostril, larynx, trachea, and these two branching, it is known as your bronchi. This is a bronchi, and again the bronchi they branch into the bronchioles. This is your bronchioles. And after bronchioles, they branches into the another organ, the sac-like organ. This is known as a sac. I'll draw here also like this, and these are known as your alveoli. Now you can see here the organs, whatever I have explained you, these all are the organs, and these all the organs, they involve in the respirations. So what happens? How the process takes place? Now first of all, what happens here? The oxygen from the atmosphere, from the outside, the oxygen enter our body. How it enters? They enters through the nostril. So we have a nostril. So this is a nose, and this nose, the two holes are there. This is known as a nostril. Now in the nostril, when the air enters, then first of all, in the nostril, the air is filtered. In our nose, small hairs are present. The mucus is also present, and the main function of the hair and the mucus is to filter the air. In the air, so many dust particles are present, and these dust particles are filtered by the small hair and the mucus. And after filtration only, the pure air, the pure oxygen, they enter into the larynx here. So there is an opening, and after this larynx, the air now passes into the trachea. So trachea, and the trachea is made up of the cartilage. Here there is a trachea. This is also known as a windpipe. And this trachea, after trachea, sorry. So this the air, oxygen, they enter into the bronchioles. So what is this bronchioles? This trachea, they branch, and they enter into the lungs. So these two branches of the trachea, it is known as a bronchi. And again, now inside the lungs, now these are the lungs, are right here. These are the lungs, and these bronchi again, they branch into the part that is known as your bronchioles. And again, these bronchioles again, they branches, and the last branch of the bronchioles, that is known as your alveoli. Now what is the alveoli actually? This alveoli is an air sac. This is also known as an air sac. So whatever the oxygen they are entering in this way, all the oxygen now they remains in the alveoli. And this alveoli is connected with the blood vessels. These are connected with the blood vessels. So blood vessels, there are different type of the blood vessels are there. Like artery is there, there is veins are there is a bronchioles. These all are the blood vessels. And these blood vessels, they are connected with the alveoli inside the lungs. So now what happens here, after here, what I have explained you, how the air enters, what are the different organs, and how these organs they coordinate to take this oxygen in the alveoli. So after alveoli, what happens here, I told you just now that the alveoli is connected with the blood vessels, and these blood vessels now they take the oxygen to the different part of our body. Each and every part of the body cells, they get oxygen. So this is the way, this is the process how it takes place. And the blood, they distribute this oxygen to the different part of our body. So how this blood take it? What is that component which is present in the blood? So if you take this blood, again, this blood contains different type of the cells. Like if you see, there is a RBC is present in the blood. RBC means red blood cells or red blood corpuscles. Red blood cells which is present in the blood, they are red in color. Why? Because there is a presence of one pigment which is known as your hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is present out here. this hemoglobin have the ability to take this oxygen. The other cells, like there is a WBC is also there. There is a platelets. Platelets are also present. But only the hemoglobin which is present in the red blood cells, they have the ability to take the oxygen, and that oxygen is now sent to the different part of our body cells. So in this way, the exchange here, especially in the alveoli part only, here alveoli only, the exchange of the oxygen and the carbon dioxide take place here only. So this is the whole process of the respiration in the human beings. So these are the how it takes place. Now you can see here, the first is the nostril. Again I will say, the nostril, the air enters through this nostril, and then to the larynx. It comes to the trachea. The branching of the trachea is known as your bronchi, and it enters into the lungs, and then again the bronchi branches, that is known as your bronchioles, and then only it branches into the alveoli, which is known as the air sac, and in the alveoli only the exchange of the gases take place here. So this is the whole, the organs and the organ system where the respiration in the human beings take place. So this whole process is also known as a breathing also. So what is breathing actually? Breathing is a process of taking oxygen and giving out the carbon dioxide. So how it take place? Here the exchange take place in the alveoli here with the help of the blood. Now let's come to the respirations in the human beings we have completed. How the aquatic organisms, they breathe or respiration take place here. So let's take example in the case of the fish. Now suppose if you take aquatic organisms like fish, suppose this is your fish, and in the fish the gills is present. Now you know that fish is aquatic animals, means the fish lives in the water. Now the water, you know that the water, it is a molecule of hydrogen, molecule which is made up of the hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. So this oxygen is present. Fish is also the animal, fish also need oxygen. So how do fish get this oxygen? The oxygen which is present in the water, and the oxygen is present in the dissolved form. The oxygen which is present in the dissolved form in the water, that oxygen is taken by the fish. How it takes place? What is that process? So what happens here? The water enters through the mouth, and the water, suppose this is entering, and the water directly they enter into the gills. This is the gills. These are respiratory organs of the fish, gills. And this gills here, it is connected with the blood vessel. Blood vessels here again directly. So when you go to the shop, if you buy the fish, then you can take out the operculum part is there. You can take out, it is red in color. So why it is red in color? Because the blood vessels are present there. And when the water comes in contact with the gills, that gills have a blood vessels, and these blood vessels, they take up the oxygen here, and that blood will now take or pass the oxygen to the different part of the fish body. So this is the process how the aquatic organisms they respire. So in this way the fish respire with the help of this water, and in the water the oxygen is present in the dissolved form. So this is the respiration in the aquatic organisms. Now if you see about the hemoglobin, again I will say something about the hemoglobin here. So hemoglobin, this hemoglobin, this is a red in color. You know that the blood is red in color. Blood is red in color, and why it is red in color? Because of the hemoglobin. So hemoglobin, because of this pigment, this is a pigment, red pigment. Because of this only the blood is red in color. So hemoglobin, they have the ability, they have the affinity to take up the oxygen as well as the carbon dioxide also. Oxygen also and the carbon dioxide also. Because we take oxygen and we gives out the carbon dioxide. That is why what happens here, the hemoglobin will take the oxygen and they will also take the carbon dioxide. And then only the exchange of the gases take place in the human body. So this is the one of the main function of the hemoglobin here. When you learn the respiratory system, then after learning the respiratory system, the hemoglobin also you have to learn. The blood also. Blood is red in color. Why? Because of the hemoglobin. And which pigment carry the oxygen and carbon dioxide in our body? The hemoglobin carried, which is present in the blood. So this is the finishing of the respiratory system in the human beings. So I'll give you some of the homeworks which you have to do at your home. Now the first question is here. Question number 1. With the help of diagram, explain respiratory system in human. Question number 2. Write the function of hemoglobin. Then question number 3. How do exchange of gases take place in human body? Then question number 4. Write the function of alveoli. So these are the questions which you have to do at your home, and some more questions I will give you. So today this much only.